All right, folks, let's dive into some Denver Broncos news that's got everyone talking. The Denver Broncos, one of the most iconic franchises in the NFL, are facing a critical period of decision-making regarding their roster, with several key players nearing the end of their contracts or demanding renewals. General Manager George Paton and head coach Sean Payton have a significant challenge ahead. Among the names that require attention are wide receiver Courtland Sutton, rush linebacker Nick Bonitto, and defensive end Zach Allen. Each of these players plays a vital role in the team's success, and their contractual situations reflect not only the current state of the team, but also the organization's long-term strategy. Before diving into the individual situations of these players, it's important to understand the context in which the Denver Broncos find themselves. After a 2023 season that could be described as a rebuilding year, the team is looking to reestablish itself as a contender in the AFC West. With Sean Payton taking the helm in 2023, the Broncos began implementing a new culture and playing philosophy focused on discipline, efficiency, and the development of internal talent. However, the NFL is a complex business, and success on the field is intrinsically linked to effective salary cap management and the ability to retain or replace talent. It is in this context that the situations of Sutton, Bonitto, and Allen come into focus. Courtland Sutton, 28, is one of the most important pieces of the Broncos' offense. Since being drafted in 2018, Sutton has established himself as one of the team's most reliable wide receivers, combining size, athleticism, and an impressive catch radius. In 2023, despite inconsistencies in the team's passing game, Sutton continued to be a dependable target, demonstrating his ability to make difficult catches and win one-on-one matchups against defenders. However, Sutton is entering the final year of his current contract, and the question of a potential extension is already being discussed. During the NFL Combine, both George Paton and Sean Payton were asked about the wide receiver's future. Payton emphasized Sutton's importance to the offensive system, while Payton mentioned that rewarding players who have grown within the organization is a priority. Renewing Sutton's contract, however, is not straightforward. The wide receiver market in the NFL is booming, with elite players receiving contracts exceeding $25 million per year. Sutton may not be in the same tier as players like Justin Jefferson or Tyreek Hill, but his impact on the field and his leadership in the locker room certainly justify a significant investment. The challenge for the Broncos will be balancing Sutton's market value with the team's financial needs, especially considering other areas that require attention. While Sutton represents one of the pillars of the offense, Nick Bonitto is one of the young stars of the Broncos' defense. Drafted in 2022, Bonitto quickly gained attention for his speed, explosiveness, and ability to pressure the quarterback. In the 2023 season, he took a significant leap in his development, becoming one of the team's most consistent rush linebackers. During the NFL Combine, Payton were specifically asked about Bonitto and the possibility of extending his contract. Payton emphasized the Broncos' philosophy of draft and develop, citing left tackle Garrett Bowles as a successful example of this approach. Bonitto, who was drafted by Payton himself, seems to fit perfectly into this vision. Renewing Bonitto's contract may be simpler than Sutton's, as he is still on his rookie deal. However, the NFL is known for quickly rewarding young players who demonstrate immediate impact, and Bonitto certainly fits that category. An early extension could ensure that the Broncos retain one of their key defenders for several years, while avoiding a bidding war in free agency down the line. While Sutton and Bonitto were widely discussed during the NFL Combine, the lack of mentions of Zach Allen caught the attention of fans and analysts. Allen, who was signed as a free agent in 2023 after standing out with the Arizona Cardinals, quickly became a key piece of the Broncos' defensive line. His ability to pressure the quarterback, defend against the run, and lead by example on the field made him one of the league's top defensive ends. The absence of questions about Allen during the press conference could be attributed to the media's focus on other players, but it also raised questions about the Broncos' interest in keeping him long-term. However, it's important to note that Allen is under contract until 2025, meaning the team is not under immediate pressure to negotiate an extension. Payton and Payton's philosophy appears to prioritize players who were drafted or developed internally, such as Bolles and Bonito, which may explain the reluctance to discuss Allen publicly. However, given the impact he had in 2023, it would be surprising if the Broncos did not seek an extension in the future. Serious negotiations are expected to take place during the summer, when the team traditionally works on renewals. Payton's approach to contracts reflects a clear strategy: prioritize players who were drafted or developed by the Broncos while carefully evaluating the value of free agents like Zach Allen. This philosophy not only reinforces the culture of growing from within, but also helps manage the salary cap efficiently. However, this strategy is not without risks. The NFL is a highly competitive league, and losing a key player can have a significant impact on a team's performance. For example, if the Broncos fail to renew Sutton's contract, he could become a highly sought-after free agent in 2025, leaving a major void in the offense. Similarly, the lack of an early extension for Bonito or Allen could result in higher costs in the future. As the offseason progresses, Broncos fans should keep an eye on some key milestones. The period between July and August will be crucial, as it is when the team traditionally negotiates extensions with its players. Additionally, the players' performance during off-season workouts and preseason games could influence the front office's decisions. If the Broncos can secure extensions for Sutton, Bonito, and Allen, they will be well positioned to compete in the AFC West. However, if any of these negotiations fall through, the team may need to turn to the draft or free agency to fill the gaps. The Denver Broncos' contractual situation reflects the challenges every NFL franchise faces: balancing the present with the future, rewarding talented players, and managing the salary cap efficiently. Courtland Sutton, Nick Bonito, and Zach Allen represent three foundational pillars for the team's success, and their situations will be pivotal in determining the franchise's direction in the coming years. As fans eagerly await updates, one thing is certain: George Paton and Sean Payton have a plan, and the execution of that plan will be crucial for the future of the Denver Broncos. The question remains whether they will be able to retain the core of the roster, or if they will need to make tough choices to ensure the team's competitiveness. Stay tuned for more news and updates on the Denver Broncos, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out.